mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses.
Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
Urban Excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't trying to go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Yo, peace. Welcome back to another episode of the Urban X podcast. My fault.
Yeah, we're here.
We're back in the building with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekends.
Indeed.
We're here on this Monday to bring it to you.
Absolutely. We're here to bring it to you the way we do what we do.
Facts.
Now, I got a bone to pick with you immediately out the gate. Out the gate, I just got to start this because I noticed every time I pass you the imaginary weed, you never puff it. You take the weed from me and you put it out. Now, you know this is not real weed. This is just imaginary weed.
And this is also a family show.
Don't be a goofy. Don't be a goofy. It's not real. You fucking up the skits here and shit. I'm handing it to you and you don't be such a detective.
He passed it to me. It was all wet, and I can't.
But I'm saying,
you know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing with
so
that.
So when I pass you the imaginary weed in the future,
I can't do that.
It's puff pass.
My fault.
It's puff pass.
My fault.
Puff pass. Anyway, how are you?
I'm good, man.
Tell me all about your weekend. I know you was at the getaway.
I was in Pocono.
The Iron Shopping's Iron Fest.
Yeah, man. Really dope. I got everything I needed from the weekend. Caught up with my boys, laughs, had some great conversations, debates, reminisced. Then we went skiing, which was dope.
Okay, that's nice.
First time I ever did that. That's an experience. Like that's
a full body workout,
too.
Dude. Yeah,
dude.
And it seems like it takes all the coolness out of you. So you can't be cool and try to ski.
Nah, I saw some real cool people. Like they looked.
Well, they probably was professional.
Real swaggy. Like they was out there just.
Yeah, like
not Malcolm. Not me and my friends. We was.
Right,
falling. And it was fun though. It was mad fun.
Do you know how to roller skate?
I do.
I like like in the club.
Yeah, I do.
Skate fever type shit.
Well, Avery's actually really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Skates backwards. Like she's actually nice.
Well, I challenge Avery. Now let me not do that.
I'm saying like she's actually nice.
Because what happened was I remember Odyssey went with her friends.
Yeah.
We gave her a skating party and she was like, "Dad, don't embarrass me. Yeah. Don't get on these." And when I got on them skates, all her friends was like, "Yo, your dad could get it in." I wasn't as fluent as I used to be, but I still had a move in there or two. So I'm not gonna challenge Avery if she's
nice
skating backwards and doing all that trick stuff.
Yeah. And another thing about skiing, that's one of those things where like you don't realize you don't have access to it when you don't.
You know what I'm
saying? I saw like little kids out there going crazy. I was like, wow, this is wow. But so we did that, and then Sunday, like all day Sunday, like 7, 8, 9 hours, we were just
in it
on our laptops, had our laptops on the screens, like really just going through everybody's individual businesses, like being completely honest with each other. It was fire.
That's dope.
It was fire. I got everything I needed from that weekend. So
and shout out all the fellas.
Yeah, Clinton, Josh, Trav, Dre, Appreciate everybody. And what's dope about my group, like everybody has a specific specialty in something, right? Mm-hmm. So when that person talks about that, everybody just listens.
All ears.
Yeah, it was fire. It was fire. So
that's dope.
Shout out to the good fellas. Shout out to my boys.
Shout out to the good fellas. Indeed, indeed.
How was your weekend?
Me and Eli watch football. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you know how that goes. Yeah. No game Saturday, but Sunday we sat back and Freddie came through. Nice. And we got it in. And other than that, man, just taking it easy. Nice. Not a lot of action going on this weekend.
Not really.
A few things, but not a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. You want to get a roll call in there? What we got in there?
I see VA. Who else I see? I see the 304 DMV.
Yes, DMV in the building.
What else I see, man?
We appreciate you.
Who else? Detroit.
Oh, the D is in the building.
You know what I'm saying. Yeah, everybody's funny.
Yeah, man.
Oh, shout out Aunt C. Thank you for the donation.
Aunt C, we thank you for that.
Memphis, Tennessee, donation. Atlanta. Thank you guys, man. Queens, of course.
Can you say the word fraud? The inauguration was pre-recorded. Yeah, I saw some really goofy stuff.
What?
Like Obama talking.
And then he wasn't there?
And then he wasn't there, and then he came back.
I saw that, too. So, because remember the Breakfast Club interview when you told me that he wasn't there with them?
Right, that's some new technology.
Bugged me out.
Yeah, they look like they sit next to each other, but Obama was not actually there.
Yeah. So,
that's the new thing going on. So, I don't know how true the whole inauguration being a fraud, but very possible. Listen,
because if nobody was allowed to go, how would you know?
The truth is stranger than fiction. What you think you see, you're really not seeing.
Yeah,
it's a lot going on in this country, man, and I'm always gonna stick by that. You think you want to know the truth, and then you go, really? How's that even possible?
Right. Yeah.
This is how these things are possible because there's a big fraud going on in this country from the top to the bottom. You are in the midst of the most fraudulent times that I can ever remember.
Yeah, this is getting out of hand now.
This is getting way out of hand.
Also, how was Friday?
Friday was good. Me and Griff sat down and we put together a dope PowerPoint presentation. For me, it was the first time having to do a PowerPoint presentation sitting down.
Gotcha.
You know, usually, I don't know if you've ever been to any of my lectures in the past. I'm very animated. I'm very... you know what I'm saying? I like to get at it. I like to look people in the eye. Mm-hmm. I like to engage the people. I like to do my stand-up, all that live. And I had to kind of just sit down, and it was harder doing this, sitting in a chair, flipping, through PowerPoint presentation. But I thought we delivered what needed to be delivered so that we can kind of refocus and reset for what's going on here in 2021.
Nice.
And on another side note, tomorrow is the 1 year anniversary.
Yes.
Since Kobe made the transition.
Yes, it is.
And this was really the start of it all.
Yeah, like looking back
in retrospect, in terms of what really dropped the immune system of the planet.
Of the people, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How one person can shift the immune system of the planet. So tomorrow is that day. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow's that day where, so we wanted to spend some time just reflecting on Kobe. And today is show 162, which is 81 twice.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
Right? Remember we did his show on the 81st show.
Yeah.
To commemorate the 81 points. And here we are. This is show 162. Carry the two, more than one. Yeah. So,
which is crazy, yo. The since Kobe passed, like nothing has really shocked me about anything. Mm-hmm. It still is actually hard to believe he actually died. Like he died. You know what I mean? Like you said it the other day. I'm like, bro, like Kobe really died.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, a man of his magnitude. Again, we know who he was in totality.
Yeah.
We know about his ups, his downs, his mistakes, his triumphs, his love for his daughter, his passion. Mm-hmm. And to see somebody of that magnitude is no longer here with us.
The way he died, like somebody said.
And the way he died was really, really
traumatic.
It was really traumatic and really haunting. And then that year went by. And we had, now I want you to put yourself in your mindset when we found out, we thought that would probably be the worst thing that happened all year. We was like, how? And we had no idea what was coming down the pipe. So tomorrow we pass go and collect $200 or whatever, or collect another stimmy, whatever it's coming.
Right.
And we have to reset and take time to reflect on the year, man, because it's been a journey, man.
Yeah.
It's really been a journey.
So let's get into it.
Yes, sir.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So the other day, it was announced that the app Clubhouse that we've been talking about recently is been valued at $1 billion. So a lot of talk has been happening online about us making another white man a billionaire because of our work and the efforts, the content, energy we put into these apps. Master P got on Black People about you made somebody else a billionaire. Y'all wouldn't have supported him if he was a black man anyway.
True story.
And this other guy on Instagram, he put up a video about, sounds good, like we should build our own. It sounds good. He said, but y'all don't find that cool. Y'all don't find coding for 15, 16 hours.
Yeah. I think that's the co-host
for $1 million worth of game, right?
Oh,
with Gilly the Kid?
Yes.
Wallow.
I think that was Wallow.
Yeah.
And it was a great point because we that's too much work. That's too much attention to detail. We have put ourselves in a position where we want the shortcut. So rapping is the shortcut. You don't have to go to school for it. You don't have to really harness your skills the way you used to. You don't have to try to create your image and style the way you used to.
Right.
You could just start rapping.
Right.
You don't even have to know how to read.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know how many functionally literate rappers and just people we have out here. So we want that easy way, and then something comes along like Clubhouse, and it's an empty vessel until Black people breathe out energy. So when we say we're magic, this is what I mean. You know what I'm saying? All they got to do is put it in front of us and say, if Black people take to it, and then what they do is they pay a few influencers to kind of get the ball rolling. It's monkey see, monkey do. And then we breathe our energy into it, and next thing you know, in a short period of time, it goes from being worth $90 million to $1 billion.
So what about this notion that we wouldn't have supported him if he was Black?
I kind of believe part of that because deep down inside, we don't think Black people have the capabilities of doing things of this magnitude. Just in the subconscious mind. So a lot of times, if I was Black and I was doing something like that, I would never put my face to it.
I would agree.
You know what I mean? You got to kind of just let it breathe, pay your influencers to get it cracking, and then have it pop off.
To be honest, this might be unpopular opinion, but I think when companies come out and say we're Black owned, they're doing themselves a disservice.
Right. I know what their intention is.
I know what they want to do, but it as a community, like you said, as a community, we look at that and go,
Right. How safe is it? We start questioning the technological input and output and all of that. And that's deep in the subconscious mind where, like you said, we Black owned, and you poking your chest out because you're proud.
Right.
You're a Black owned business, but then that narrows down the people who are really going to rock with you.
Right.
And when you're doing business, that money green.
Right.
So when you create a product, you don't care who, even though your intention may be to make sure that you provide something for your community that's needed. But you know how many soul food places be having white people around the corner wanting to indulge in the culture? They never turn them away. You know what I'm saying? So even though we know who the soul food is for. So this Clubhouse thing is just another example of how we don't want to invest in the necessary framework and infrastructure to build what it takes, because we got coders. We got coders that are super smart that can do all of that, but we need to also put money behind them and put our energy behind them, more important than the money.
Okay, yeah.
Because we didn't put no money in the Clubhouse. We put our energy behind it. And then a couple of staged arguments and a couple of real arguments and people yakety, and we talking, and attention is the new form of currency. Now it's worth something.
Because it's crazy, even it being valued at $1 billion, that's so imaginary. It's just
right. It's just a number.
It's just out there.
Some kind of quantum number that they associate with the energy that we put into
Right.
it. In 2 or 3 years, it'll be worth $10 billion because we're going to continue to use it and find reasons to make other people rich. It is time now, and I think you all can agree, it is time now that we start coding. It's time now that we start manifesting things in the next paradigm, because the next paradigm is all coding. This shit is all digital, all coding, all AI, and you can embrace it or you can say I ain't with it, and as a result of that you can get faded into the wind.
And I think it's time to start letting the work speak for itself.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
I think and we talk about this all the time when, like, me and you, like, privately, when it comes to businesses or somebody trying to hit that next level, if you put in the necessary work,
yes,
like, then the people will come. You get what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Master P, he always, anytime white people make money off the backs of black people, he is living. I totally get it.
Yeah, he's one of them old school dudes.
Yeah.
Like, we can do this. That's why when he come out with some rice or some noodles,
yeah,
because he's watching this saying, "Yo, I can come up with that. I can see Master P now. I can come up with that." And then he come out with the Master P noodles and shit.
Again,
and we don't buy them, we go, Master P noodles,
right?
They probably not made right.
Right, yeah. I mean, again, if he probably came up with a super generic name,
right? Oh no, he would win. He would win. Shout out Thomas Diagni. We appreciate your support.
Thank you.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate the support. So that's where we are. And until and I don't want to give the wrong message. We're not saying we shouldn't support black. Of course we should support black, but we got to start playing chess a little bit more instead of checkers. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's one thing during this whole Black Lives Matter movement, it made sense to say I'm black owned. Yeah. And because people
Telfair, like they had a huge year last year.
Who?
Telfair, the luxury bag company.
Okay.
And people, they were trying to support like black luxury, and then they went crazy last year. Yeah.
Yes. So there are windows of opportunity where you can take full advantage of that. But in the grand scheme of things, especially if you're getting into a field dominated by Asians and nerdy Indians and nerdy white boys. Yeah. So they have their own community that they don't want you in. Yeah. So we got to kind of know how to get in there. Look where most of us spend our time at. On the internet anyway. You got these devices in our hands all the time, and yet we're not taking advantage on how we can monetize that to the most of our ability. We're consumers, and now we are digital consumers. You know what I'm saying? It's always been said black people are like liquid money. We can't hold a dollar. We're going to spend it when we get it, and it leaves our community as soon as we get it. Yeah. Yada, 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 stays in other communities. Now they have moved our consciousness to the artificial realm, but not as people who are, benefiting. We're consumers.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Yo, real quick announcement to everybody who's been asking for some of your old content. It is available in our playlist.
Oh, clap that up. So they go to the playlist.
Yes, it's Classic Black Dot.
It says Classic.
It's like 40 videos.
40 videos. Yeah. Classic Black Dot. So if you want to see me in action when I used to do my thing, Classic Black Dot is a whole series of lectures there, and you can kind of partake in those lectures. Yeah. I'm proud of those moments. Those were good times. Good times. Marguerite Cooper.
Also, Malcolm, I am a software engineer in Silicon Valley. The tech scene is straight up Indian over here. See?
Yeah. So, and they got their own little clique. They gang. Yeah. You don't speak that language, and the rest is what it is.
RBG, thank you for the donation.
Thank you for the donation. Looking forward for a great show as usual. Peace. We thank you so much.
So, yesterday at the Chiefs versus Bills game, Trey Songz was arrested.
Yeah, for choking out a police officer.
Choked out a cop.
You get your moment. You got to take it.
First of all, why is Trey Songz at Kansas City.
Maybe
Chiefs
he's
game.
a Chiefs fan.
It seemed like so
It was
random.
weird. It's
Yeah,
like
just-
weird, like, huh?
Yeah, and sitting in the stands.
Yeah,
mind you, no less.
Yeah, well, maybe he's a Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
You know, he grew up. Maybe his pops was a Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
He grew up, and he has access to at least go to the games. And he choked that officer right on out.
Yeah, and so apparently, he said the cop was bothering him the entire time. The cop says he approached him because he wasn't wearing a mask.
Okay, he should have been wearing a mask.
So we will see what is up with that. But again, I just thought that was just like so, it's like random. Like, damn.
I'm gonna clap that up again, Trey.
Yeah.
Niggas think Trey's soft with it. Think these light skinned dudes can't get it.
So, but shout out to Kansas City. They going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, against Tom Brady.
Yeah, the GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think so? Does this like stop all the conversation between the Belichick and?
I think it does. I think by him getting a team. First of all of this shit is scripted.
We got to talk about that.
So all this shit is scripted. So the minute he signed with Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and knew that they would be in the Super Bowl.
You think he knew?
Dude, it's on the schedule. They know the next 5
Oh, you talking about in the Super Bowl, like it's being played in
right,
Tampa.
it's going to be played
Got you.
in Tampa. He looked at the Tampa team and knew, okay, this is like an easy fix, so to speak. So I think it has more to do with elevating him above Michael Jordan if he wins.
Okay.
To give him 7 titles. 6 is the gold standard. I think we can all agree. Magic had 5, Kobe had 5, Shaq got 4 in basketball. We don't talk much about Bill Russell because there was only 8 teams in the league and things of that nature. Of course, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has 6, but he's Muslim, so we don't talk about him.
Oh, he has 6.
Yeah, he's got 6. He had 1 with the Bucks and
Oh,
Oscar Robinson, and
Okay.
then he won 5 with Magic.
got you. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we don't speak about that. So Jordan became the now all of this is hierarchy and so I think they're gonna try to raise Tom Brady up,
Or is it a passing?
or it could be a passing.
Of the
Either
torch,
way,
yes.
we've seen that happen too.
Yeah.
So I need my decoders to get in and tell me who the Bucks are and who the Chiefs are. Metaphysically speaking, symbolically speaking, I also will do some of that when I get a moment and tell you what I see and take it from there. But speaking on the King's narrative, some things happen.
Oh, yes. And a continuation.
A continuation of this King's narrative.
Yeah, yes.
Now, I don't know if there's something or it's not. I just know Hank Aaron,
Yeah.
the real home run king,
Yes.
passed away.
Condolences, yes.
Condolences to him. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, we will.
Then Larry King dies the same night,
Yes.
right?
That was, yeah.
Same night. Or they reported it the same night. And then they dropped the trailer for King Kong.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Godzilla versus King Kong yesterday or the day after.
Yeah.
And then the dude who was screwing up for the Green Bay Packers was named Kevin King.
Oh, I felt bad.
He got beat twice.
Yeah.
Bad in that game. And the third time before it happened, I told Eli, he not going to get beat the third time. I said he going to grab somebody and it's going to be a pass interference at a critical point in the game. And lo and behold, at a critical point in the game, he grabs this dude's jersey and bailed Tom Brady and them out of a pass that wasn't going to get caught anyway. And so that's 4 King analysis just this weekend. Now, it could mean something or could mean nothing at all. But with all the King's narrative that we've given from Black is King, right? Which we took it from there all the way through. I'm not going to go through them all.
Yeah. King disease.
Yeah,
from
it's
king
just-
to a god.
Yeah.
T'Challa dying.
Is this your king?
Yeah.
Biggie's crown being sold.
Yeah.
He's the king of New York, and King Von dying.
King Von, yeah.
It's just crazy.
It's been a lot, yeah.
So I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With this King's narrative, but we gonna find out.
What do you think about Hank Aaron passing away seemingly like a few days after he took the vaccine?
Well, I think it was a week or so, maybe a little longer. Now there are gonna be people who say, "Well, he was old." But my point is, this is what I mean by stop being so quick to get on camera and try to get people to do something other than themselves. So I have no problem with him taking the vaccine in the privacy of his home. I told y'all that is his business. But when you get on camera whatever influence that he still has as an 80-year-old man or whatever, and you're saying, look, it's safe. Look at me, Henry Aaron, the home run king, multi-millionaire who owns so many businesses in Atlanta. He's big in Atlanta. You know, and he won number 44. I know Blue Pill gonna have a field day with that, right?
Yeah.
You do that, and then a week or 10 days later, whatever, you die.
Yeah.
It's just suspicious.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? It's suspicious.
So,
and for those who say, well, then he shouldn't have to. If you live to be 80, 90 years old, what the hell are you taking the vaccine for?
And if you remember, we were seemingly doing all of this to protect the old community.
Right.
And if he took it and died, like, you know what I'm saying?
So it's the timing is just a little, and then more and more people are dying that they're just not reporting.
Yes, they are, yes.
So we have that issue on our hands, and it just was too much of a coinky-dink for me when he took the shot on public TV. So stop being so goofy and getting on TV and saying, I did it, look, you can do it. No, handle your business. I respect your decision to take the vaccine if you respect my decision not to. And then we'll never get into any problems. We're never in any issues. You believe in Jesus? I don't. We cool. You know what I'm saying?
Apparently, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he said he would take it.
Yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is also going to die. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I shouldn't have said that.
God,
that was just a little bit extra. I was just kidding. All right. But Kareem has you know,
He's
let me say this.
said some questionable.
Let me say this, and I want to retract that. I was only trying to make a funny. What I'm trying to I don't hold the older elders to the standard I used to hold them to.
I understand.
Like Jim Brown was Jim Brown.
Yeah.
Now Jim Brown say some shit and you go, Jim, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
So I'm not the one to go, oh, that nigga's selling out. He's 80 something.
Yeah.
And his mind is not as sharp as it used to be. I think the same thing with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem made his stance when he changed his name, changed his fate, you know what I'm saying, and began to walk in his own path in the midst of, you know, when you see that famous picture of him standing there with Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali, and Bill Russell. He was the youngest one there. So I have no issues with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and what he does in his life now. Right? So stop holding him to the same, like, look at Muhammad Ali in his prime, what he did, what he was up against, what he faced, and then you see him later on in life, and it's like, you know, can you expect him to have that same energy and vigor? Same thing with Hank Aaron.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, you out there, you 80, you know, so.
Apparently, do you remember when Obama said, like, they were all, like, Bush and Clinton said they would get in front of everybody and take it? That didn't happen yet.
That didn't happen. What happened with that?
Yeah.
See, they tell you these things.
Right, that's a fact. You
know, so that they could, you know what I'm saying, get you involved and make you feel that that's the right decision to make. But nah, I'm not following anything Kareem Abdul-Jabbar says at this point in his life.
Yeah.
Not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Not gonna do it. And I think his son is in jail. He stabbed somebody recently.
Recently?
Yeah, recently. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. In the chat, people, help me out. Kareem, his son, got into some shit and stabbed somebody. And I believe he's in jail or he's going to jail.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hank Aaron was speaking on a lot more over the past years as well. Okay.
So, over the weekend, it was big news. For some reason, like, huge news that Dave Chappelle called COVID. I didn't understand that.
Yeah, why you didn't understand why it was huge news?
No, hell no. It's like, if it's so everywhere, you catch it, it's
like the flu, right? Meaning, as many people have been contacting us, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, it almost seems like they're trying to make sure everybody has this.
Right.
So don't be surprised if you or somebody in your family get that, or, you know what I mean? But just remember, your mindset is everything. So if you get it, just be like, okay, I have the flu. Mm-hmm. How am I going to deal with getting rid of this strain of the flu? If you go into it talking about you're going to die, and you know what I'm saying? Right. It's been a long time coming and a change going to come and all that shit. Then you might be out of here. So Dave Chappelle, having it now, Remember, Dear Hughley had it.
Yeah. But like they were like reporting on it like he was in his deathbed already. Like it was it was the weirdest thing. It reminded me of when The Rock caught it.
Right.
And it was like front page news. I'm just like, and then he got up and started talking about we need a vaccine. And
yes, and you knew what was coming. And so let's see what Dave Chappelle's take is on this.
Exactly.
What is he gonna come out and say?
That's what I'm getting to.
Because a couple of times, he
was one of the,
left.
Right. He was one of the people who was still doing shows out in Texas with Joe Rogan and stuff like that.
Right.
And a lot of people didn't like that, but then they were testing everybody who was going and things like that. So it begs the question. And there was a picture of Dave Chappelle, Elon Musk, his wife, and Joe Rogan. Apparently, his wife had it. Elon Musk's wife had it a few weeks ago too. So
David Chappelle, king of comedy. Yep. At the present moment, so that's another king narrative that we can go with. Absolutely. And remember, he was on Saturday Night Live the day Trump got elected.
Yes.
And he said we need to give him a chance.
Yes.
Right. Then he was on the day Biden got elected.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why do they keep using Dave Chappelle for this shit? I have no idea. You know what I mean? And, some of the things that come out of... First of all, that's not Dave Chappelle.
Oh, come on.
That's not Dave Chappelle.
Come on.
That's not him. I know what that nigga look like. That's not him. Okay, whatever. Anyway, the appearance of whoever the fuck this is. Man. Yeah, whoever the hell this is. I know what his family said. That's not him.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to go with them. I know what my cousins look like. Anyway. So let's see what Dave Chappelle, if he comes out and now he's a proponent for you to get the shot, then we need to take him out to a range, a shooting range.
And put him down like Old Yeller?
And we need to put that nigga down like Old Yeller.
Man.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Damn. All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Okay, quick commercial break.
And we shall return.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck the shit, flip the script and get it right. Rewrite history, so this time we may get it right. Take the jewels from our elders, rock them and wear them tight. Apply it to your life, and so you're not blinded of your sight. It's taken by the white man, cause it's blacks we fight. And we taught that we angry and mad, just out of spite. But we too grumpy black men, tired of the lies given to the kid in their lifetime. Real eyes, realize, never fly by me, by we the people, how are we? If we treat it like the dirt beneath our feet, why we trees waiting to grow up, filled with knowledge, but whoever show us the names is Bobby making on the seat. We'll bring your mind and show you things you thought you never see. Just be open-minded, take a listen, and you will see just how much truth and knowledge a black man can really speak.
Welcome to LOVStudios, an extraordinary channel. The only channel of its kind. We have conversations with Leslie with various perspectives of the social experience across generations. This is a complete programming experience. Let's See with Leslie Olabisi, bringing you my ratings to films, series, and podcasts from around the world. We feature food, fashion, real reviews, unboxings of sneakers, AV equipment, and so much more. Prefer to listen? Unboxing with Leslie, voiceover tech talk, not a sneakerhead, and select titles are on the new LOVStudios podcast on Anchor FM. I'm bringing insiders across all industries. Leslie O is a host unlike any other. Join me on my journey as a voiceover boss in my upcoming documentary about my time with Dame Dash.
One episode about your days with Dame.
LOVStudios, now on Anchor FM.
We are back.
And we are back. Yes.
You don't talk before you get the signal.
True.
Okay.
True story.
Gosh, it's so dry. This.
Oh, we know you don't smoke. Oh, we definitely know you don't smoke. Okay. You couldn't even hold that
in. Your lungs is probably. Come on.
Oh shit, my lungs.
Yeah, come on.
Shot.
Come on.
But I haven't smoked weed in like 20 years.
Exactly.
And 1 or 2 times in between there, but not like, not like that. Not like that.
Yeah. Okay.
But I grew up, my mother smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day.
That's a lot.
And check this out. This is a weird.
She burned me one time.
Yeah, she burned you with a cigarette.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
No, get off. No.
That's child abuse.
Yeah.
No, but this is where I'm going.
By accident, but still.
This is where I'm going. This is a real weird ghetto Cosby story. Our blankets at my house would have holes all in the blankets.
Because she would fall asleep?
Because she was a heroin user.
Oh, okay.
So she was on heroin and smoking cigarettes and would continue to nod. So when niggas came to my house, they was like, yo, what the fuck is this? So I'd have air conditioning built into my blankets, but in the winter I'd have to put another blanket and hope the holes don't intercede each other.
Oh, man.
So that I could, give me a hug.
You want a hug? You want a hug?
True story. Niggas used to be like, son. But when you nodding and you smoking all day, it'd be holes. I'm surprised she never burned the house down.
Yeah, that was the next question.
One time she burned one of the mattresses and she threw it out into the hallway, and then the firemen came and they was going to bust down the old man's door next to us because he's the only one who didn't answer. And then my mother opened the door and said, no, it was me. Because what she tried to do is, it was on fire, and then she tried to throw it out the window. But when she opened the window, you know what happened?
And the air hit it.
The air hit it. And now this shit is ablaze. And I'm sitting there like a 7-year-old kid. Like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm watching her struggle with this mattress. She might die. I don't know. She threw this shit in the fucking hallway. Nah, my mom's is crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that is a true ghetto Cosby story.
You should write all this stuff down.
Now, somebody should gather all my ghetto Cosby stories for me and put them in a compilation.
Oh, so don't forget to support those black-owned businesses. Like, we forgot to even mention.
Oh, no, but we say it every show.
Yes.
You know what we mean.
Yes.
Support all these black-owned businesses because we need their support, and we want to grow together and do our damn thing. Speaking of black-owned businesses, I want to shout out my man Diz Majiz. It's my man Mick.
Okay.
We grew up together. He just launched his clothing company. It's
Nice.
called Diz Majiz.
I like it.
And he's getting that damn thing started. He's also a DJ from the 90s, meaning he released his first album with my man Tones, I think in 1988 or 89.
We had Tone up here.
Yeah, we had Tone up here in 90. And so anybody who's been DJing on hip hop for that long, I respect. DizMajiz.com. Go get to some of those wares.
Nice, okay.
We met him when we went to the ISIS in Jersey, the convention.
Oh, okay. Sure,
my brother who came with us, and we saw.
You can't be saying we went to the ISIS.
Yeah, just leave it at that.
They would get us. Apparently, CNN is trying. Well, CNN, a lot of these different news organizations are trying to deplatform podcasters and YouTubers.
Why?
Because a lot of podcasters and YouTubers are getting more traction than CNN and these channels.
Oh, they hating.
Yes, and it's a lot of stuff going on with social media right now.
Yes, we're in a transformation period because we're in the age of information.
The landscape is really scary,
and people they have a choice now.
Right.
So before you just had to go to CNN or Fox. Now you don't have to. Now there are legitimate news sources online who are unbiased. All they're doing is presenting the news, and it is causing problem because that means they're losing control over the people.
Yes.
That's what all of this dissension, so-called, is about. It's because people are starting to say, no, that's not necessarily true.
People who I've spoken to who are really locked into a decision on anything, any form of thought, are not on social media. They're only on TV.
You notice that? Yeah.
Yes, they're only watching Fox News or they're only watching CNN.
And that's usually older people.
Yeah,
because older people are not onto the social media bug.
Yeah.
So they go back to what they know.
Yeah.
And son, I'm gonna watch CNN all day long. You go to your grandma's house and CNN is playing all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what the download is. But this ain't about old people. No disrespect. This is about the young generation. This is about the ones who can initiate real change.
Yeah, so that's why there have been like different algorithm changes to different apps and things like that. So Twitter just announced today, as a matter of fact, that they're launching their Birdwatch feature, which is supposed to be a feature to combat misinformation that people tweet. So if you tweet, there are no such things as pigeons, there are robots that spy on us, and then people start to engage it, then you have the opportunity to say why it's to like notify Twitter and
why you refuting these statements. So now we're gonna be snitching on each other.
And now it's basically yes, and we are leaving what is factual information up to popular vote. You get what I'm saying?
And what happened to all that fact checking now that the election is over?
Yo, listen.
So was that just about Trump?
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you, all these Democratic states are now trying to open little by little. All of a sudden, that the election is over. Which I said this. I said that these Democratic leaders, these politicians, were playing us as pawns on a chessboard. They were only doing stuff to win an election.
Right. So they were purposely crashing their own economies to make Trump look extra bad.
Yes.
Until he's out. Now they want to be, let's open up and let the people live.
Biden signed a travel ban that Trump was called racist for. That he called Trump racist for.
Yeah, he definitely did call him racist.
He called them racist for issuing a travel ban, and now that he's doing it, but it's under the guise of COVID.
So was Trump's. So I don't understand.
Yeah, so.
Side note, these are some of the things he did in the last 48 hours.
When he signed 17 executive orders in his first 3 days.
Right. First of all, he was signing blank paper. As I looked up close, but that's beside the point.
It could have been the angle of the camera.
Yeah, this is all theatrics. Based on what it is that we know, right? So he, first of all, there's been a terrorist attack in Baghdad.
Oh, wow.
Right? The first terrorist attack in 4 years. We ain't heard nothing about terrorist attack when Trump was
Facts,
in.
Yeah.
No wars, none of that.
Yeah.
He was getting all the troops out. Now we're going to be putting troops back in. So he's ready to deploy soldiers to the Middle East for war.
Of course.
Rejoins the WHO, which is the World Health Organization.
Right.
We know that they're crooks.
Right.
Rejoins the Paris Accord, in which the USA pays the highest fees. Rejoins the TPP, massive jobless lost to China. So that has a lot to do with the jobs.
Okay.
That we losing to China. Men with wigs can enter girls' restrooms. Men with wigs can compete in women's sports. We're going to talk about that. Will be charged a hefty fine for not having health insurance. That's the Obamacare. Revokes Keystone Pipeline. 7,000 go jobless. Right? Because he's on that joint. Corporate tax jump from 21 to 28%. Income tax and payroll taxes from 37 to 52%. Small businesses tax from 29 to 39%. Capital gains and dividend taxes from 23 to 43%. Brace yourself.
Oh my God.
For what's coming next.
But you know what he did though?
What did he do?
You know what he do for black people?
What he did for black people?
He put Harriet Tubman on the 20.
Whoa.
So you know what that means?
Well,
because I remember the day on Twitter when it was announced that was happening. People thought, you would have thought it happened that day.
Right.
The way people were memeing it up. Oh, look what we did. So because he's doing all these executive orders that do nothing for black people, he said, you know what? I'm going to shut them up real quick so I can keep on with my agenda.
You know what? In front of black people.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do Biden yet, okay? For the black people. Your grandma passed away.
That sounds like Nelson Mandela.
Okay. All right. Whatever. Scarface.
That's like Nelson Mandela and Scarface.
But when he said, look, your grandma's gone. Oh, look, your uncle.
You need work.
He's gone.
Okay.
We're going to move from the Harriet Tubman. We're going to call it the Harriet Tubman.
I like it.
Like it?
I like it.
The Harriet Tubman
Like,
for you. Yeah. I haven't worked on it yet. You know, yeah, that's what it is. Gave y'all the Dubman, all right? For money that's obsolete. Like, that's going to be a collector's item. What the hell am I supposed to do with paper money when everything is digital now? Yeah.
And
But that's the way they think about you. Give you a symbolic win.
Yeah, that's and black people eating it up.
We love symbology.
all the
We love
time.
symbolic victories. You know what I mean? We got the black man going against the black woman right now because they want to support Kamala because she looks like my little daughter and all that old bullshit. Symbolic win.
You ever see those Instagram posts where it's like a daughter and the mother is like, you know, my daughter said to me one day, "Ma, why do we have systematic oppression?" She ain't say that.
She ain't say no shit like that. Fuck out of here. Shit is crazy.
Oh man. Yeah.
But that's what we're dealing with. You know what I mean? So he's not doing none of them 17 executive orders. But listen, now you're gonna say that these boys can go into these girls and play girl sports. And women, y'all the ones who have to stop this. Because y'all the ones most accepting of this until some dude is choking your daughter out in a wrestling match and it's all fair.
No, you know what's crazy? There's a lot of women who are upset saying that Biden is doing all he can to erase women. So listen, like I've always said, when black men complain about these things, it's okay. You're on their side, but now you're seeing it happening, and you're seeing it happen. Now what?
Yeah. Because you can put a wig on and just go into a girl's bathroom.
Yo, it's some transgendered running track, smashing all the state records.
All the state records.
There's a South Park episode about this.
It sure is.
I can always, like, people think...
I'm feeling good. I just became a woman 2 days ago. I'm going to crash these chicks.
Yo, that episode was hilarious.
It's hilarious, but it's true. Like, who decides that? Right? And I told you, I'm going to your bathroom, and I better see a kitty box there. I better see one because I'm feeling like a cat.
Yeah.
And I want to piss in a cat box. I don't want to. I'm telling you. So this is where this thing is going. Like, where do we draw the line? I'm thinking I can get 15 points if I go to WNBA right now.
So? Don't say that.
At least 15 points a game.
Don't say that. There's some ballers out there.
Son, I can get 15, son.
Yeah.
Back them little shorties down. Clock them in their neck. All bets is off.
You think they will allow a transgender in WNBA?
Why not?
That'd be crazy.
Listen, I'm saying
that'd be the most watched.
And what if I'm a transgender and I didn't get the operation?
Yeah,
so I'm just feeling transgendery.
Yeah, transgendery.
Yeah. And here I am, in training camp with y'all. We all butt ass naked. I'm gonna have to take my joint down to my leg because you don't want Godzilla opening this motherfucker, King Dong and shit. So, but how does that work? Yeah. How Sway? Just tell me how. Where do you draw the line? Because I'm telling you now, some little 12-year-old dude is beating your daughter up. I mean, beating that one
MMA fighter. Yeah,
MMA fighter cracked that girl's skull.
Yeah.
Man. And y'all saying it's all good?
Yeah.
Nah, it's not all good. It's not all good, man. So y'all need to stay in your lane. If you wasn't born with a vagina, you shouldn't be in that bathroom. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. Call me old school.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Who you got, King Kong versus Godzilla? Who you got?
I've always had King Kong. King Kong always won back in the days as a child.
Really? Yeah.
King Kong would always put that work in.
So the way I saw the trailer, the way they're shaping it, I think Godzilla's gonna win because they showed King Kong like getting off. You know what I'm saying? So I think like they're gonna
Okay, I mean this is the time that we in. All
right, who do you got between King Kong Consciousness and Tariq Nasheed? Go.
Ooh, from what I'm understanding, Umar has invited him to a 10-round boxing match.
You like how I did that though?
Yeah, all winners take all.
Yeah.
10 rounds. The bell can't stop the fight.
Nah, I can't.
You know what I mean? And he wants to get at Tariq Nasheed The benefits of the fight go to the Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Danny Glover, Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Tony Baloney school. You know what I mean? They get the money. And also, he mentioned he threw some shots at the new movie coming out or something. Yeah. So in that fight, you know, just for the sake of entertainment here, we get a few minutes for chill. Omar's a big dude. I've done a couple of lectures with Omar. He's a big guy. Yeah. He doesn't seem to be in the greatest shape for boxing. Tariq Nasheed seemed a little bit more agile on his feet, but I don't know them West Coast niggas, can they get it? This nigga's from Philly, man. So I think I'm gonna take the King Kong of consciousness in a close one.
In a close one?
I think he'll get Tariq on the ropes. And Tariq is so worried about how good he looks and shit that I don't know if he'll get ugly down in there and get the job done. I'm gonna take Umar. Okay. And it's not gonna go 10 rounds because neither one of these niggas is in shape for that shit. I say in the third round, you give me the third round knockout, Umar. Yeah, Umar in the third round knockout.
I got Tariq.
You got Tariq?
He looked like he's quick on his feet, and he looked like he got reach. I think he's tall, right?
Oh,
Tariq, he's tall.
Yeah, Tariq is.
Yeah, we saw him. Yeah,
he's kind of tall as well. He's a big guy. He ain't a little guy. Oh, he originally from Detroit.
They got it. They got.
Okay. Well, then let me add a few more points in there for Tariq.
They got his shoulders up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm gonna take the King Kong of consciousness on
that. Was funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, last week we talked about Jay-Z's involvement with Trump in getting Desiree Perez pardoned, right? Yeah. So I guess Funk Flex just saw the story, and he said, you know, he's like, what y'all think about this, and he's gonna go on the radio. He came on at 7 to talk about it. So he talked about Jay-Z. Allegedly being a deal between Jay-Z and Trump on him not publicly endorsing Biden, him or Beyonce endorsing Biden, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I think that makes sense because you said on the show plenty of times during the whole election cycle, like, where's Jay-Z? Like, usually he comes out.
Yes. Usually a lot of these
celebrities,
it's somebody, especially of his stature. You know, Jay-Z holds a lot of weight. Him and Beyonce pretty much cover the male-female, you know, dynamics of that, and they could literally tip the scale.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they were awfully quiet. Yeah. They were awfully quiet. Yeah, but continue.
So, and apparently he said that everybody in Rock Nation was told not to come out and endorse Biden.
Okay, because none of them said
anything. No rappers really said anything, and apparently, and then he was Flex said that it was rumored that all of these pardons were sold, right? Like they all had a price attached. So that means he basically funded Trump, and he was talking about, like, you know, how you funding Trump, and he had a lot of misinformation in there as well as he was talking. But what did you think? Flex always does these things when he has something brewing. He has an album coming out, so I just want to also
he's cranking that up.
He's cranking up the gossip, like he's
misinformed. I'm gonna be honest. He looked like he watched Choke No Jokes episodes, because Choke No Joke is the one that I know that was out in front of this to even bring attention to this years ago. Mm-hmm. He was talking about this chick, Desiree Perez, on how the foundation of Rock Nation is supposed to be street, no snitching, and all of that. But sitting at the very top are a couple of snitches. So when Flex got into his spiel about this, I didn't learn anything new from what he was saying. He was just going on a rant. But it just was odd how Jay-Z and them didn't say nothing. There was no, like, who gives the directives for this? None of his artists, nobody said anything. And now, slowly but surely, watch, they all gonna come out, you know what I'm saying, and begin to try to get back to a sense of normalcy, or what was normal to them. So it's gonna be very interesting how this thing plays out. You know what I mean?
One thing I've noticed, though, a lot of...
And side note, it just goes back to say all of that we hate Trump stuff was all a facade for most of them people anyway.
That too.
Because it's the cool thing to say, but you can't have that much disdain for somebody and then ask them to do something for you. Like, if I have disdain for you, it's absolutely nothing you can do for me. Absolutely nothing. I'm not going to have disdain for you. I hate you. You are the worst president ever in the world. The world is, crumbling because of you. But by the way, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any kind of sense to me. So it goes to show that these were all fronts for the most part.
So I always have this thing where these people in the industry, like, they come on, they say they're about to expose the truth, and they get on talking so tough, but then backtrack in the same breath.
Thing, because he big Jay-Z up or Desiree in the same sentence. He said,
nah, she's a civilian though, so I don't know. Like, she's one of the
civilian, and she got caught selling 35 kilos of cocaine. You are not a civilian and that's when she got caught. See, let's not act like that's her first time. No, you got caught with the 35 bricks. That might have been what you've been doing for years.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. So no, I agree with Choke. Choke was losing it. He was tuned in like he was losing. Like, what the fuck this nigga talking about? I can't believe he said that shit. And he was trying to call flex at the same time. But no, this is all a political game now.
Yeah.
Now the power shifts, but before you get out, I need you to do me a couple of solids. Then let me tell you what's going to happen. A couple of years are going to go by where you don't see Trump for a few. Could happen. Next thing you know, he reemerges back in the same circles he been, and everybody, all is forgiven. Because one thing black people have is a very short memory.
Very short.
Yes. Very short memory. We don't remember a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you could see that. Or some people are saying Trump is going to start his own political party.
I heard because he said he still has like 70 million in campaign funds left over. I heard he's starting the MAGA party, and he just opened. Hold on. The office of the former president. Wait, what's it called? Hold on. He just officially opened the office of the former president, which will manage his correspondence, public statements, and activities to carry on the agenda of the Trump administration through advocacy. Yes.
All right, yeah, just trying to do things.
Yes.
Because obviously he has no social media platforms.
I think they gave his Twitter back.
Did they?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, today I think the voting came down to impeachment.
Yes, they introduced the articles of impeachment. So I think,
but they need 2/3 of the House to do so, and I don't believe the Republicans, as mad as they claim to be.
So no, what will happen is the longer it goes on, again, people will kind of forget about it, get over it. Then you can just vote like
it'll just fade. Yeah, it'll just fade.
In my opinion.
Yep.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
So, the other day, there was a story in Harlem about a young sister. She got jumped in a liquor store, or she was leaving a liquor store for denying these guys, their advances and things like that. And what I saw from the community, I loved it. A lot of people were up in arms about it because it was so senseless. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I saw the video. It was just like, come on. But today, they got one of them.
Yeah.
And he was handed some street justice, and they found another one. They identified who the other one is.
First of all, they know who these dudes are. The same niggas that hang out in front of your liquor store right now.
Yeah.
All you got to do is say that's Lil Tony, Lil Johnny. Thank you, Denise Mose. Dr. Valentine dropped it. They tried hard, but the doctor couldn't be stopped. Doc and Professor.
We're on fire.
We're on fire. Thanks for always keeping it a buck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. So, what I saw was the most disgusting thing I'd ever saw. A beautiful young lady walking into a liquor store, maybe on a Friday night, get a little bottle of wine, and she was going to get her daughter chill, and the dudes followed her in, and then one dude said, I'll buy that for you. I said, no, thank you, which is beautiful. No thank you, which is, that's to me, that's the end of the story.
Yeah.
And then they say something and walk out of the store, and it leads to another thing, and these guys beat up this girl, and they bite her.
Yes.
That's
by her eye.
By her eye, which means it's like when somebody bites you, that's a crime of passion or something.
Yeah,
it's like you show hatred for the black woman on that level that you would bite her. And it was the most disgusting thing. I saw the community come out the next day in droves to talk about it, but the type of justice we talking about
Yeah.
is running up on those dudes, and they gave him, and there was a couple of women in there
Yeah.
too. They gave that one dude an ass whipping.
Yeah.
And when they catch all of them dudes, because that's the way it's supposed to be. Even in my lecture with Griff, the one thing I kind of focused on at the end in terms of solution, we got to get back to protecting our women and our children. We have to get back. That's the foundation. That's the most goddamn powerful resource that we got.
Right.
Our women and our children.
Right.
And we are too isolated, too separated, too, individual or doing stupid things. And so I'm hoping that the street get them before the police get them.
Yeah.
And then I'm hoping they go to jail.
Yeah, facts.
And then the brothers on that end are waiting to issue out justice, because there's literally no excuse. Side note, I heard that dude who hit that chick with the skateboard a couple of years back. Skis something, some kind of rapper. Remember he hit that chick in the face with the skateboard. He back on the scene like it's all good. So I'm just going to throw that out there. I want to shout out Hassan Campbell, who offered to put up $5,000 for information leading to the arrest of one of these guys. And so shout out Hassan for saying, yo, this is what I'm going to do. I can't be on the streets no more like I used to, but I understand the way this works. So shout out Hassan Campbell for doing that. And if we continue to operate like that, then we have something back in place that says we're not going to tolerate it. The problem is, it's the gang members who are the ones wreaking havoc on the community itself, where they have to be the ones who change their mentality. Women and children are off bets at all given times and have to take more pride in what we call a community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if not, if them gangbangers start doing that, what you gonna do?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're a prisoner in your own home to begin with, because they don't live by any true rules and regulations.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah. So shouts out to the community, because Harlem was looking bad, bro.
Harlem was looking real bad.
It was looking bad.
And then I saw today's video and I said, okay, all right, Harlem, go out here and get
Wait, that skateboard thing, that happened in Harlem?
That happened in
That's
Harlem.
right. Okay, I remember
that happened
this.
in Harlem,
this.
bro.
I remember this.
That happened in Harlem.
And he was supposed to get got, and I don't think he got.
I think he laid low, and somebody said he's back to promoting his music. As a matter of fact, my man, welcome YouTube. Come back with another video. Hip hop access, whatever his. Yeah, it was on his site. That nigga. Welcome to another video. Yeah,
I like him.
Y'all know who I like him too.
Yeah.
I like him too. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
That's funny. All right, so we're gonna take another commercial break. We shall return.
Okay,
let's pay these bills.
Yep, early enough to get started on the laundry.
Please don't tell me it's my week to do laundry.
Or you could do what I did last week and order Fresh Spin.
Fresh Spin?
Superior Shea Butter Blends presents Shea on You, the best body butter on the planet. A superior blend of shea butter, cocoa butter, and mango butter infused with 14 essential oils. Originally created to combat eczema, this superior formula also combats psoriasis, rosacea, all forms of dry skin, and acts as an insect repellent with naturally occurring SPF. So soft, so superior.
At Audios, our engineers have created a breakthrough in wireless loudspeakers. We developed a new way to experience sound. Audios, the future of loudspeakers.
Hi, I'm Erik Young, the co-founder and CEO of Audios, and we're building the first fully wireless loudspeakers for venues and event spaces. With Audios, all you have to do is place the speakers where you want them and press the power button. The speakers automatically build their own wireless network, connect to each other, and start streaming. That means you have 0 cables and 0 cable replacements. A 300-person event that would take 1 hour to set up only takes 10 minutes with Audios. Our wireless speaker doesn't need Bluetooth or Wi-Fi router and has 2 patents granted. To learn more, go to republic.co/audios. For a limited time only, anyone can invest and become a part owner.
And we're back.
And we are back in the mix.
Yes, so support those businesses. And also, the Audio's business company that you just saw, they're in the chat right now answering questions about their product. And they are taking investments right now. They have a 21-day countdown.
Yes.
If I'm correct, right?
Where they're trying to raise enough money to really implement and
to get this to market.
We just got finished speaking about how we don't invest in our own.
Right.
But if that was somebody else, so we have to
a quality product.
Quality product. Anytime you can set up, if you into music and you got to set up 4 and 5 speakers and wires and cables and hope people don't step on it, you know what I'm saying? Or be back in the days when Rakim would say, what did he say? What was his famous line? I pull the plug on the speaker and I jet back to the lab. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so ain't no pulling the plugs on the speakers here. You know what I mean? These is new, technologically advanced, and he said the quality is unbearable. Like it's comparable to everything else that you hear, but it ain't no speakers and no wires. And what that does is that makes setup very, very easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You set it up, you get your signal with your batteries, and I'm pretty sure there are other batteries that you can add, for time. So Audio sounds like a great company to get involved with. 21 days, we're gonna be on it.
Yes, that's why if you're noticing, like we usually have new commercials every month, but he starts his campaign today,
right?
On trying to raise money for this. So,
and we are going to invest.
Facts, hell yeah,
we're definitely gonna invest.
Hell yeah, listen
in that, to get that thing popping.
So I'm going to get more information. I'm going to be putting it in the chat.
Yeah, side note, I told y'all last week about if you had your mask.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the spray I was talking about. Mask Mint. Organic Mask Refresher by my man Kenyatta Briggs, a hip-hop motivation out on the West Coast. Shout out to the guard. You spray this into your mask because what you breathe out and breathe in is 2 different things. And this is going to be refreshing. Some of y'all need to spray this right down your throat. Like, forget the mask. Just spray it down your throat. And, but for most people, just spray it into the mask. A fresh, minty smell will come out that mask and open up, your pores and get you going. And the website is down there, Malcolm. What's the name of that website?
That says maskmintspray.com.
Maskmintspray.com. Get you a bottle, and like I said, either spray it into the mask or spray it down your throat. Down your throat.
You got issues.
True story.
So I put the link to where you can invest and support this brother in the chat.
Yes. And like I said, we definitely gonna make an investment to help move that product along. And I believe in anything that's gonna take technology to the next level. And this is what we're saying. Brothers is doing technical stuff.
And he has two patents granted, right? So that means he went through, the stages, the process, the barriers that are usually at people's.
And which shut people down. Yeah. People don't want to go over those hurdles.
Yeah.
So he's been through those hurdles, and here we are getting it done. And you're going to watch my words. 5 years from now, you're going to go, damn, I should have put down a rack or something on that because, companies like that, they grow and grow. So Audios.
And he's down here with the people with Urban X.
He's down here with Urban X, baby.
He's in the chat trying to talk to y'all people, you know what I'm saying? And he has 1 patent pending. See, listen, man, we got geniuses.
Yeah, we got geniuses straight up.
All right?
Straight up.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
I guess we'll interview him soon, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, we'll reach out to
Put that on the list of the 35 interviews we haven't done.
Don't rush us.
Yeah, Malcolm. It's this kid. Now, and this is just a side note. All right, 20-year-old kid found a blob of whale vomit, and it sold for $300,000.
Really?
Malcolm, you got to start applying yourself.
Oh my gosh.
That's all I'm saying.
You're right.
You got to start applying yourself.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Whale blog.
Yeah, you're right. My fault.
Right? $290,000 to be exact. Whale vomit. Everything has some. And here you are just
talking to you.
Talking to me, man. It's money out there, man. Shit. Go out there and get that.
Well, for
yeah, I was like, what?
So, some news came out about Casanova, right? We talked about him getting arrested because apparently the feds was watching his social media and had his phones tapped and things like that. Some more news comes out and it is not looking good.
Give me the details.
So apparently, through his text messages, they found out that he possibly could have put a hit out on somebody, Casanova. We're talking about.
Wow.
So apparently he was at a party in Florida, I think Miami. He threw up his blood sign. Somebody said, yo, wrong sign out here. He told him, you want to die tonight? And that dude died that night.
Ooh.
Right? And then they got on text message his man saying that he killed him and hashtag good aim.
Wow. That's
so it's looking slow.
That's not good. That's not good at all, man. That's not.
I don't know, like that.
And listen, these feds are very thorough on how they piece this stuff together.
Yes.
And yeah, that's bad. I hope that's not true for the brother, but he's gone. Yeah, he's I don't know if he's going to get out of this.
Yes.
Along with the other things that are coming down the pipe. You know, when they build their case, the feds don't play, man.
Yeah.
The feds don't play, man. When they build their case and go, tag, nigga, we got you. It's real tough. Unless he starts singing. We already know he can rap. Casanova can start singing. And obviously, you know, it ain't what it used to be anyway. So he can start singing.
Yes.
Bring out his singing album.
So apparently, time out. Whale vomit is a scent called ambergris, and it's very expensive. It goes for $30 a gram.
Oh, whoa! See, we out here in the wrong fields. Who knows where the whales are? I'm not talking about them big ass women at home.
We moving the wrong drugs.
Yeah, we moving in the wrong drugs. We need to get out and just be sitting around waiting for whale vomit.
Jesus.
Yeah.
$30 a gram.
$30 a gram, son.
Yeah.
Like, yo, what you got, son? I got that. Whale vomit.
Yeah, okay.
Whale vomit.
You are tuned into the sounds.
All right, they used to make perfume from it, and no telling what the other things that they actually make from it. Yeah. I forgot all. I think I learned that in school, thinking about back in the days. Yeah.
So the other day, well, that was yesterday, right? Conor McGregor lost his fight.
Got his ass beat.
He got knocked out. Yeah, second round. I think it's over.
It's over, but they need him for that sport.
No, they don't.
They kind of do. He's still like the big.
So UFC is like it's like wrestling in when the fan base doesn't rock with you, they just don't rock with you.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So right now it's like you're doing all that cocky stuff, and you.
So you think he needed to win that fight?
He was supposed to, because remember he lost to Khabib. That was a big fight, right? But that was like his first fight back.
Right. So we gave him a pass on that.
All right, but now it's just like you know what I mean? Like you're not that guy anymore. So the flaw and like that image doesn't really suit you anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't think he'll be able to get like a real major fight going in the future unless he just wins. But you don't have to be undefeated in UFC,
because a lot of them got losses.
Yeah.
On their records. Yeah.
So I think he's over. I think it's over though.
Somebody say he's like the Johnny Manziel of the MMA.
Yeah. So Floyd called him Con Man McLoser.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They rocking. They clowning him now.
Somebody said they need him. He's a great white hype. He lost to another white boy like that's ranked number 1 right now in that sport. So I don't know. Maybe if somebody said he should go to the WWE. Facts, because he
not right now. It's all about showmanship.
Yeah. So maybe.
Yep. True story.
Because that was bad.
True story.
I didn't think he would lose, but damn. Did you see the Salt-N-Pepa movie on Lifetime?
No, I didn't. I heard some reviews on it. You know, most people were upset and disgusted that Spinderella was not included in the film, as a part of their story, and I can see why. That's like telling the story of Run MC without Jam Master Jay,
right?
Or I'm saying Jazzy Jeff without the Fresh Prince, or Eric B without Rakim.
And they responded, basically doubling down, like, yo, she was only there for a little bit of it, like.
Yeah, but she was there for the most significant part of it.
Right.
And what made it beautiful is that we had not just 2 female MCs, we had a female DJ.
Right.
And side note, she's not the original Spinderella. I'm not even going to get into all of that.
Oh, wait.
So, no, it's another Spinderella, that's been around longer.
Okay.
And, but she has and played a significant part in that. So I would want my story to be told as well. You know what I mean? So it sounds like it's catfighting about something, which I don't know all the details about. But if anybody did see the documentary, let me know what you actually thought of it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. What do you think? Did you see Phil Valentine's lecture?
No, it was 6.5 hours or 7 hours.
Damn, on what platform? I know
it was a paid platform that he paid for. But from what I'm getting is that he went all the way in. So I'm gonna see if I can get. I'll call the good doc and see if I can get a link to it, because I'll even pay for it now to have a link to it and watch it. And Phil Valentine's information is not to be. This is what I tell people when you go to a lecture. Don't try to take notes at the lecture. Right? Sit there and enjoy and feel the vibration of the lecturer. Then get the tape or the DVD or whatever and mark your notes. That's the way I've always learned. So the first time through, but we're in a different setting now where you're sitting at your desk already. So you might be able to do both at one time. But there's so much information that I'm sure he packed into that 6-hour breakdown. So I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, I'm going to check that.
That's the good doc.
That's dope. Okay.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So I read this story the other day about 33 missing children were recovered, who were 33 missing children were found, including 8 who were sexually exploited in a massive human trafficking investigation.
So we back to trafficking?
Yes.
Okay, because for a while that was kind of
well, they were found.
Oh, they were found.
They were found.
And where were they found at?
It was the result. So I'm reading the article. It was the results of an operation called Operation Missing Angels. Yes, and the feds got them, and they were found in. Hold on. I believe this was Ohio.
Oh wow, Ohio.
Yeah.
Bro. Remember I told you. I believe it was Cavalet 23.
And Los Angeles. In Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Big thing. Yes.
That the reason Ohio is big for sex traffickers because so many highways and byways, in and out. So many ways that you can get in and out of that. And I didn't think about that. So that was interesting.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy stuff, man.
I wonder, like, because we were hearing about a lot of sex rings being busted up during Trump's administration. Right. I want to see what happens to that.
If there's a continuation of so-called draining the swamp, or if they just putting the water back in the swamp, get this thing back to what it used to be.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So get your questions ready.
Yes.
We'll take some questions from the crowd. Yo, so there was an article about there being no coronavirus baby bust. No coronavirus baby boom. It's more like a baby bust.
Interesting.
But
because I definitely said it's gonna be some babies.
Yeah, but when they take these statistics, they only take it from usually like white people. And
as soon as some black chick named her child coronavirus for coronavirus, black people.
No, but
her name is Corona.
I wasn't even going there.
Virus. What?
I wasn't even going there. I was talking about the birth rate within that community. How it's already
okay.
Low.
See the teacher in class. Tony Smith here. Angie Jones here.
Yo, you remember that video we saw about
Corona virus?
Yeah, you remember that video we saw about the kids' names and like they were like,
was that Key and Peele?
No.
Oh, all the weird names. Yeah. Yes, I saw that.
Like it was
some of the things we name our children.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah, black folk. Yeah,
It was embarrassing.
Is coronavirus here?
But I've seen a lot of pregnancy announcements on my timeline. That's just me.
Okay.
Just saying. So let's take some questions.
All right, let's get into some questions. Oh, have you guys seen the trailer for Buck Breaking? I did. I thought the trailer was good. The information is going to be needed, for understanding how we get to this process and how they demoralize and emasculate men in between and things of that nature. So, and we will support it, if there's like a showing, because we went to the last one.
We did go to the last
one. We went to the last one. So,
it's not a hit. It's not a Hidden Colors. It's just
no. It's not a Hidden Colors, but the author or the director of Hidden Colors, he's expanding his portfolio, so to speak. And did I hear about the dogs? Yeah, they're gonna be using sniffing dogs now.
Yes, to sniff COVID.
Yeah,
and apparently that is effective somehow. Fauci came out today and said that wearing two masks instead of one is, quote, probably more effective than...
Well, why not wear two masks, a hoodie, put a fucking plastic bag over your head? I think that would be effective too. Like who says that?
Yeah.
Obviously, two masks is better than one, but then you won't be able to breathe nothing. Right?
Yeah. Apparently in 2019, 1.4 million people in the world died of tuberculosis.
Say that again?
1.4 million people died of tuberculosis in 2019.
So why wasn't there a countdown of the people? Like when I turn on CNN now, they give me a countdown, 400,000 people, right? So why not give me a tuberculosis countdown, a tuberculosis, a diabetes countdown, a kidney countdown, a cancer count? Give me all the countdowns. But no, they don't do that. They give you the coronavirus countdown, which is not even that significant in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
All bullshit. All bullshit.
1.4 million people. That was not labeled a pandemic.
No. Can't make no money off that.
That's actually sick, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody said Spike moving like a double agent. So did we talk about the reviews of his movie?
We did. We didn't. We said it brought us to. We didn't see it, but people were disappointed.
Yes. Okay.
It let people down as it always does. I think tonight, me and wifey get a bottle of wine. We might, we might do a little shotting. You leaving, right?
Yes.
Because what you might see could just be.
Yeah, I'm good. Nah,
you don't want to see old people rolling around.
I'm completely good.
Bumping. You don't want to see that. We old school. Yeah. All right. Anyway, long story short, maybe tonight me and wifey will watch that. Or do we have to watch Songbird first?
Oh, I thought y'all watched that already.
Which one we gonna watch first? We'll choose.
Okay.
All right.
Somebody said like 2 condoms.
2 what?
Like 2 condoms.
Yeah.
Like the 2 masks thing.
Yeah, sure. Of course, if I put 2 condoms on, I'm super protected, right? Some of this goofy shit we see, B. I tell you.
What else, guys?
Don't drink no Night Train. Nah, I used to mix Night Train with Old English, make them Boilermakers, right? Thunderbird, Night Train, Cisco. Ooh, those were the days.
Somebody said, Dot and Malcom, I recently got my life insurance agent license. I want...
Congratulations.
Yes, facts.
I had mine a few years back. Me and wifey, yeah. No, we actually...
I remember, yeah. I want to be the outreach to get as many melanated entrepreneurs and families insured. How can I contact you guys to discuss?
See us at sales at
info at urbanx.nyc.
Info at urbanx.nyc.
Okay, we're not using the Gmail anymore.
But if you're down with Gmail, you grandfathered in, we'll still be talking to you.
Yeah, we'll still talk to you. But
Malcolm trying to get all fancy.
You gotta get,
he just came from his little meeting.
Like, listen, man.
And now, I gotta change this stuff up.
Don't be watching me, man.
We gotta be more professional.
Don't be watching me, man.
Shit,
don't be watching me, man.
So info at gmail.com?
Yes.
No, at
info at urbanx.nyc.
Urbanx.nyc. All right, info, go there and talk to us.
Yes.
You heard? Let's get some questions in here.
Wait, I saw a question. No, hold on. Question: do you think some of the political prisoners could have gotten out if their team was willing to talk with Trump's team?
I don't think so, because Trump seemed, I don't know all the people he pardoned, but it seemed to be rappers and drug dealers. No one who could maybe have a positive impact.
Yeah.
And I don't know how bringing home Mamiya, I know what it means symbolically to bring home Mamiya Jamal and all of that, but I'm not sure if this generation even knows who he is, but he's paid his dues. That we know.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't be in prison in the first place. Assata Shakur should not be hiding out in Cuba all of this time. Let it go. And so when one president does that, that's going to be a big move.
It says, will you critique a documentary called The Venus Project on YouTube? Would enjoy hearing your thoughts on a resource-based economy. I didn't check it.
I haven't checked it.
That sounds good, though.
I'll give it a shot when I have some time. Kwame Kilpatrick, I thought he should have got off. Because, listen, when you play this game of politics, he just got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. But they all play that game.
Yeah.
And they just probably wanted to get rid of him for some reason. And, he had to pay the price for it.
Somebody said, why would a judge retire before a high-profile case? What judge are you talking about?
Who retired? Is that the Nipsey Hussle judge?
I don't know.
Who retired?
That'd be crazy.
Because when we spoke about Nipsey on Thursday, the next day in the newspaper, I saw something in reference to the trial, and it could have been that the judge was stepping down. I don't remember.
Somebody said,
if you could smell a fart through your mask, how can you stop the COVID? Great question. And the fart had to travel through somebody's ass, cheeks, underwear, shorts, pants.
I think you asked that question like early.
Face mask. Yeah.
I think you asked that question like early during this whole thing.
I did.
Yeah.
What about women's sports? Is it dead now? Well, when me and Eli did the research and saw that the NBA makes $9 billion a year and the WNBA makes $60 million a year, I was trying to figure out what the fuck were they arguing about. Like all these women, I mean, if this is a money-based business, y'all making $60 million, of course y'all need to put 2 and 3 y'all in the room at a time. We trying to grow that business to where, because just look at $9 billion to $60 million, it ain't even close.
Yeah.
It ain't even close. So women's sports overall, there's always a place for women's activities and things of that nature. So I don't know about professional sports because when I look in the crowd, I don't see nobody. I don't see no dudes watching no WNBA except when they want to try to be like, oh, we support y'all.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you see that girl run track in that 400 times 400 meter run?
4x4.
4x4. Yeah, shut up, Malcolm. And she was so far behind this race, black girl.
Yeah.
And she grabbed that baton.
Yo, listen, track,
Bro.
Yo, listen.
Yo, John Wayne, thank you. It's Dimitri from Mount. Oh, okay.
Oh, it was good.
Keep doing your thing, bro. I didn't know Black Dot was your pops.
Hey, it was good, bro.
But it all makes sense now. All right, appreciate you.
It was good.
Definitely appreciate you, King. Absolutely.
Thank you, man.
Now you know why he ain't wrapped too tight.
This is true. This is true.
Apple don't fall too far from the tree.
This is true. So, what was I saying? Yeah, yo, track running is no joke, bro.
Yo, these other chicks wasn't even in the camera.
Yeah.
When she started running.
Yeah.
And then when she passed one, I said, okay, I didn't know she had to go back around and pass another chick.
Yeah, I saw.
Y'all know who I'm talking about. That sister, boy.
When I was in high school, I saw a chick run Olympic speed. Like she was running the 800. That's 2 times around like the entire track. And she was running Olympic speed. Like she was in high school. It was.
Yeah, I give it
I've
up.
seen some amazing stuff on that track, man.
Yeah, the lottery's a Billy, right?
Yeah.
I got my shit in.
Somebody said, do you think America will be better with Biden? Absolutely not. I think Americans are about to take a beating this next 4 years.
Not only that, our presence, our plight here really has nothing to do with who's the president of the corporation of America. It really has nothing to do with that. So that's why I'm neither affected either way. We talk about it, you know, to kind of bring people abreast. But my life hasn't changed since Clinton, Bush, Obama.
There's a documentary on Netflix called Crack, and it talks about the effects of crack on the black community.
Oh, I need to see that.
Yeah, it's really good. And you never. Every time you hear a rapper talk about their upcoming, anytime you hear about anybody black talk about their upcoming, they talk about their neighborhood once crack hit it. It's always so crazy, and they talk about like they interview some drug users, some former crackheads, some former crack dealers. It was. I thought it was really good.
No, that's worth revisiting now because we're about to enter the new crack era where dudes is back glorifying those times, but it wasn't just crack. It was heroin before that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it plagued the community the same way. It's just that heroin was such a long, drawn out effect. Like once you got high on heroin, you could be high all day off that one fix. Where crack came in, and it was every 15, 20 minutes. So it really upped the game on how things were.
It fully explained how the government funded that as well.
Yes. Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Oh, so I definitely need to watch that.
It does, because I used to hear about it, and when it was taught to me in school, it wasn't really taught to me in school.
Right.
I just knew that they had a hand in it, but it showed where money was leaving, where guns were leaving, where drugs were leaving. Like
Absolutely.
It showed on the
Absolutely.
map. So I thought it was really good.
Absolutely, and we fall victim to it, and and it's a real weird dynamic in urban culture Dakota. I explained how the user and the dealer are in the same community.
Yes.
While one is raising himself up, he tearing everything else around him down. It's a really weird dynamic when you talk about crack dealing and being proud of crack dealing. See, I don't want y'all to misconstrue what I'm saying. Back in the days, you was never proud about what you did. You did what you had to do. Hip-hop has afforded the opportunity for you to brag about killing your own people, and we have normalized it to the point where nobody checked nobody on. I'm like, wait a minute. You sold how much crack to the community? And when you know what crack did in every aspect.
To every community, too.
Every community.
And I didn't know more white people did crack than black people.
Oh, son, it's more white people on welfare than black people.
Yeah, I didn't know that
it's
either.
More white, yeah, bro. But they don't feed that to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, we got to really begin to change our mindset on how the things that we promote and the things we poke our chests out about. Yeah, I sell crack. I kill your mother. And one of these so-called famous drug dealers, I'm not going to mention his name, even sold crack to his own moms. So you got to understand who does that. Who the fuck see their mom coming and sell their moms some crack?
Yeah, they talked about that too.
Yes, so this is weird. And then you had the ones who were complicit, the mothers who benefited knowing their sons was out there selling crack to the community because she got a new TV, a new couch, and this and that. This is, listen, man, we still haven't recovered. We still have not fully recovered from that.
Damn.
No, it's deep.
Any questions? If Dr. King and Malcolm X were not assassinated, are black people in a better position today? I think so.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was referring to the Nipsey Hussle case. Thank you.
Oh, the judge, okay.
The judge. If they was around today,
so if
first of all, they would be old.
Very.
Very old, and they would be cut from a different cloth than what's going on today. We don't need symbolic heroes.
No, well, so you're thinking about it as if you're thinking about it as if the time they were alive to 2021. What about the time in between? Like, would there have been
because the
something
government
that happened?
No, because the government would make sure that they neutralized them to the best of their ability.
Okay.
I told you it's I plus C equals T. Intention plus capability equals the threat.
Okay.
Black Dot wants to change the world. That's my intention. My capability, I got a little show. Ain't nothing popping. Threat 0.
Right.
Donald Trump intends to add patriotism back to America and stir this bitch up. What are his capabilities? $70 million still in his account. 70 million people voted for him. This nigga's a threat. So the T on that is high, 8, 9. That's a threat. We got to do something about that. So it's always a formula laid out. Steve Coakley taught us, and how they determine. And if you in their pocket, let's say you a rapper, but you got corporate sponsors, you're not a threat. They don't worry about you.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You can talk all that military shit you want. If they cutting the checks, then there's no threat there. You know?
Somebody said, tell DJ Spinderella to invest in audios for her shows. Facts. Oh,
that's a good point.
That would be a good point.
That's a good point. We're going to get this audios thing up and running and popping. Dot, did you see where the news Max reported that Biden said the federal government will pay for the sins of slavery and blacks should have advantage over others? I hadn't seen that. No.
I didn't see that.
And if you're not talking reparations, full-fledged reparations, I ain't trying to hear.
Yeah, I ain't
that
seen
what happened to QAnon? What happened to QAnon? QAnon, Q and Anon, which is two different things. Q and Anonymous.
Yeah.
We say QAnon. They left.
Yeah, they went back into their hole.
They packed up.
Yeah.
They said the gig is up. But I'm still hearing rumblings of some things coming.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll see, man. I mean, you know, Karma's getting former Malcolm, what or who? Plus Trump knows both sides of the political parties, of course. I want to invest in audios. Me too.
Yeah,
I think the link is in the description.
Yeah, it's in it'll be in the description.
It'll be in the description. Find out how you can get involved, because I too want to make an investment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nelly Fuller Jr. speaks about this all the time, Black Dot. He says the reason why he's been allowed to stay around is because he's relatively ineffective. Deep point. A very deep point, you know. Very deep points.
Somebody said somebody said yeah, all conspiracies be wrong sometime. That's facts.
All conspiracies be wrong sometime. That statement is crazy.
Yeah. Somebody said, if Noble at 5 years old told you he was a girl, are you going to absolutely not? I'm not even gonna.
We're not even gonna entertain that. We're not even gonna entertain it. What do you mean? First of all, you have to know what the reference point for a girl is.
Absolutely not.
So where the hell would he even pick up a reference point to know that he's other than himself? That's how you know that shit is a ruse.
Yeah.
How you gonna tell me you feel like a girl? That means you have to have known what it is to feel like a girl, which is biologically goddamn impossible.
Yeah.
Now, are you saying that he goes to school and somebody's throwing this bullshit in his head about he could be anybody he want, and if he feel like he a girl, that's different, because that is an external influence that came in about somebody and so forth and so on, with which we can easily quell. He can quell because he gonna see mommy and daddy together operating as one in the masculine principle, one in the female and the feminine principle, showing him straight up what it is to be out. And then he gonna get into his, you know, his sports and all the masculine things he do. That's it.
And me and his mama are on the same page.
On the same page with that.
We do not play.
Don't play with that. So that makes it even better. So no, that ain't happening. Most of that stuff is picked up externally. You know, you go to school, and now your kids go to school. Other kids got two dads to pick them up, two moms. So your conversation obviously has to change because the world around us is different. So in that sense, but nah. And if you're feeding him right, you know, the foods, fresh water, and stuff like that, he should have no chemical imbalances out of pocket. But with that being said, if he insists that he just wants to be a weirdo, then, you know, what the fuck do you do after 10 years of trying to get him not to be a weirdo?
True.
You know.
I don't want to think about that.
Nah, don't even think about that crazy shit.
Yeah.
None of that crazy
shit.
So,
somebody asked a question, because apparently there was a discussion online about Latinos' role in hip-hop, early hip-hop, and Caribbeans' roles in early hip-hop.
Right. I saw Tariq Nasheed asking, was Puerto Ricans involved with hip-hop? And the answer is yes. Yes, undoubtedly yes. From the very, very, remember, if you're talking the South Bronx, if we're talking, now, let me preface this by saying hip-hop has no birth date, right? So if we're talking about the spirit of the drum, the spirit of the dozens, art, all of that stuff is ancient. So probably no, they had nothing to do with that aspect. I'm only talking about from 1973, the current paradigm to the present day. They were there from the beginning. Most of them played a role in the graffiti and in the breakdancing, but we had DJ Charlie Chase, DJ Wiz. These are some Spanish DJs. Ruby D, Prince Whipper is Spanish. DLB, Peso from the Fearless Four. The list goes on of DJs who were there from the beginning.
And those are all because people just asked you to name them, and you already just named some people. So.
Okay, yeah. So those were people who were there from the beginning, and we can't deny that. Even my DJ, Lou Breakbeat Florence, he did all of the ultimate breaks and beats, which made a lot of these dudes rich. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't know how to dig in the crates, and he compiled that. He's been my DJ since 1982. All right, so process that, and he was the DJ before that. You see what I'm saying? So when we start talking about early presence in hip hop, Dr. Dre used the breakbeats, Tyreek. You know what I mean? So that's how him and Eazy-E met, from what I understand, in the record store looking over breakbeats. So there's always been a presence, and then it just became their own tribe. So when it came down to the b-boying and boogieing, that seems to be where their DNA resonated the most. Or with the graph writers, we became the MCs and most of the DJs, but it was really all one thing. So for as far as I can remember, and I've been in hip hop since 77.
So because people like to fragment the history on founders and everybody else, when there are so many different components that added to hip hop.
And somebody said, well, it didn't just happen in the Bronx. No, it originated in the Bronx with DJ Kool Herc. I don't think there's any refuting that. All right, and it spread fast to many different places. Also, while hip hop was coming up, salsa was coming up. So a lot of the Spanish brothers were creating the salsa scene, but the ones who wasn't with the salsa, they immediately resonated to hip hop. So yeah, the Boogie Down Bronx. If anybody tell you anything else other than Kool Herc, then they need to get their history in order. All right.
And this is from the author of Hip Hop Dakota.
Yes.
Put some respect on the structure.
Yes. He was saying who was a creator akin to a Grandmaster Caz. Well, in Caz's group, the Cold Crush Brothers, was DJ Charlie Chase, is what I'm telling you. He was one of the first Spanish DJs we gave. They were in the same crew. And speaking of Grandmaster Caz, his first DJ, even before Charlie Chase, was a DJ named Wiz. I speak about him in my book. He was Spanish. So when we start speaking about Caz and the contribution, you know what I mean? And then I remember Caz made some a couple of controversial statements about the Spanish people's contributions to hip hop. I think it may have been taken out of context, but as far as I remember, I'm not a historian, I'm a mystorian. So I dealt more with the mysteries of hip hop. The history comes from those who were in the trenches, right? I told you I showed up in 77. This had been going on, and I was only 9 years old at the time. This had been going on by the older guys on the block since at least 73, and according to Almighty KG of the Cold Crush Brothers, it goes back even further than that to 1971, where, you know, so
there were contributions.
That's yes, plenty of contributions.
Saying not the founders, but if he's saying contributions.
Smokey and the Lockatrons in 1971, who Grandmaster Flash used to carry their records. That's how far back this thing goes. So, and then when and I'm gonna say this. They can't all get together and agree on the history either. They all get together, and it's always somebody who feel, well, my contributions.
I saw Grandma's Flash disc video for Herc. I was like, whoa,
yes. You see what I'm saying?
What's happening?
Right. So they can't even agree on themselves what needs to be done. Because I remember I sat with KRS-One, and he was saying he was trying to create this
curriculum.
A curriculum by which every college would follow this particular curriculum, because you got a lot of college professors who ain't never been to a jam in the park, don't know what it's like to dig in the crates, steal electricity from the light pole, none of that kind of stuff, and yet they're teaching these courses because hip-hop is worth being taught now, but they never experienced none of it. A lot of them be stealing. I did a lecture, and there was 3 professors there as I was doing the lecture. Black guys, you know, well put together, and they were taking a lot of notes. So what KRS-One said, listen, if anybody, we should be the ones that teach this, but they can't all get together to agree, because it has to be one agreed upon history.
Right.
You came, you did that. You came, you did that. And if they can't do that, then
it's because like people like when there's so many different people with something as big as hip hop, like they have their perspective on a lot, and when you revisit a lot of that stuff, you change it from details.
Of course. Listen,
it's a lot,
I went
bro.
to Cedar Park recently, and now as a kid, when I was 9 years old, this park was humongous.
And it's tiny.
And it's tiny now.
Yeah.
And Herc was 9 feet tall to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cool Herc. And you see him, stand behind the turntables. This nigga looked like the Predator. He had his dreads and shit, and was the biggest dude I ever saw.
Yeah.
Right? Now I stand next to Herc. He's still a little big, but I'm like, so your perspective changes as you get older, and some of the history is revisited, and it is, what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I understood what Tariq was saying, but I wanted to clarify some things for him. So yes, of Grandmaster Caz, right off his tree is a couple of Spanish individuals who've made contributions.
All right.
To the culture.
So somebody wanted to know, can they purchase the recording of you and Professor Griff's lecture?
I guess you gotta holler at Griff.
Okay.
I'm not really sure. Me and Griff, for the people who were there, we're doing a free lecture for them. A free, because we wanted more questions and answers. So if we got your email, and you paid, we're gonna do another piece for them. We'll see where it goes.
Okay. Somebody said, y'all heard about the Chinese president talking slick about having another war with America. Would it be bad for us?
That would be bad, period.
Yeah.
Anytime we're talking about another superpower,
yeah,
in that sense, that means it's going to be a lot of collateral damage, and you going to be the one fighting that war. You know what I mean? Or our young people are going to be the ones put on that front line and fighting that war, so that's not going to be good.
Somebody said, do you think Harriet Tubman on the money is a constant reminder of slavery? That's a good question.
That's a great question. That is a great question.
I never saw it that way. Well, I see it I see it as just as a pacifier for black people. Just give us crumbs of something, because like what is that really?
It has no value.
What does it really say?
And it ain't even backed by $20 worth of gold. So I don't know what it symbolizes when we're moving past digital.
Yeah.
We're moving past paper currency to a digital world now. Now put our name on a Bitcoin. That might work. The Harriet Tubman coin or something, and we can trade that shit or something. And somebody also asked something a few minutes ago.
And no reparations, facts. They're definitely not giving reparations.
Yeah, they ain't giving no damn reparations. Somebody said, would our grandparents be arguing over who started doo-wop and jazz? No, I mean, but then again, rock and roll started by us, and we don't get the credit for that anymore. It's
true too.
So we're in a different day and time.
Is that because hip hop's DNA is about like machismo? Is it?
It has a lot to do, and it comes straight out of the urban environment, out the dirt.
Yeah.
And I just connected the dots to make sure, pun intended, that the ancestral aspect of hip hop was never lost. So I'm the one who made sure that we spoke about the MC being the griot, and the dancer being the sacred dancer from back in the days, and the drummer being the DJ, and the grapher being the one who put up hieroglyphs. You know what I'm saying? And earth, air, fire, and water, and moving into an alchemical process. I did that so that the culture can continue to expand and move on. But, it's neither here or there.
Yes.
Yep, I'm answering questions.
What else we got, guys?
Muhammad Ali created hip-hop. Sure, he rhymed. But see, hip-hop is not rhyming. So what the last poets did was not hip-hop per se. It was a component. Hip-hop is all of the elements. It's a culture. It's a way of life that says the drummer, the dancer, we recognize and appreciate, because DJ has been around forever. Kool Herc wasn't the first DJ. Give me a break. DJ's been around forever. But he was the first one to play break beats. Look into the history of the break beat, the get down part of the record. He was one of the first ones to play that continuously with 2 sets of turntables and trying to continue that beat, because he noticed when he put on the beat section or the break beat, dudes in the crowd and girls were going crazy, and it was Flash who recognized, wait a minute, I need to be able to listen to this turntable while that turntable is playing, because what Herc was doing had no rhythm, so it's boo, 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 and he would just go boo doo, so it would fall off beat. So if you dancing, well, black people could never be off beat, but you know what I mean. But it was Flash, the engineer in him, who said, wait a minute. If I can hear this turntable while that turntable is playing, now I can cue it up. So now we not off beat. So it's boom, and then, as we know, as Grand Wizard Theodore, who was 14 and 15, understudying with Flash, is in his house holding and scratching a record, and his mom's walks in, and he's and now we got scratching. And it was Africa Bambaataa who understood, okay, this breakbeat thing is a phenomenon. Now let me go collect as many breakbeats as I can, right? And cover up the labels so that you had to do your own research. That was big back then. You didn't know, you heard the beat, but you never know who it came from. And what Bam would do, he would play outside of his window, and the B-boys would be downstairs with the cardboard, and the ones who really went wild off certain beats, he knew, when I play this at the jam, it's a rap. And so Kool Herc was massive for his system. You can hear his system 8 blocks away, no exaggeration. Bam was the master of records, and Flash was the master of showmanship. He started scratching with his ass. He had a beatbox. Back then, Flash is on the beatbox going. You see what I'm saying? So these are the different components which led to what hip hop had become. So that's some early history.
All right.
I want to shout out. Well, let me get them before I do that. Let me take one more question. Malcolm looking like, the fuck is you talking about?
Nah, listen, I learned here
all the time.
You know what I'm saying?
In real time. I want to shout out King Simon. King Simon has a new book out. Numerovation. Numerovation is the name of the book. You can go to kingsimon.com and pick that up. And let me it's for mental numerovation for mental stability, the numerational guide to recognizing mental instability and staying motivated by King Simon. Go to kingsimon.com. You can pick that up. I picked up the last hard copy book, so you still can get soft copies of King Simon's new body of work, because you know we try to show love up here when we can, and I'm proud of the God. And, you know what I'm saying, putting something out in the universe. So if you into the numbers, as we all are,
dope,
then I want you to rock with King Simon.
Rob Leo said, Andrew Jackson is and has been a reminder of genocide, so pick your position. There are a lot of people who don't know anything about Andrew Jackson, so I don't know if it's a reminder of genocide. Maybe subconsciously to the people who know, but because Andrew Jackson is still going to be on that, I think on the other side of the $20 bill. So if anything, it's more of a smack in the face to even put her on the $20 bill. I don't see it as a good thing at all.
Yes. That's a good point by Nasif. That's what I was saying. Grandmaster Cass said they did not have a part in creating it, and other Ricans used to get at Chase because he hung out with niggas. True, but that's doesn't negate the fact that Chase was there, and Chase was a main component. If the Cold Crush is the greatest hip hop group of all time in terms of, they're like the Beatles. While they didn't sell records and all of that, there is no Run DMC. There's none of that without the Cold Crush. Sitting back there on the ones and twos is DJ Charlie Chase. So I'm not gonna get in it with Kaz, because that's like me arguing with one of the gods. I'm not gonna do that. But I remember, you know what I'm saying, Prince Whipper Whip being in the Fantastic Five. I remember Peso from
and real quick,
I'm not even sure Peso was.
Tariq's from Michigan. He lives in the West Coast. The Bronx, South Bronx specifically, if you understood,
totally different dynamic.
The dynamic between black people, Puerto Ricans, and Dominicans is really,
it was really one thing, especially Puerto Rican people. We really didn't have, like on the West Coast, they separate. We didn't have that in the 70s in the Bronx. It just was, it was what it was.
Even if you look up gangs in the Bronx, it was a lot of mixing.
Absolutely. So, you know. So I'm just saying from a technical standpoint. Now, of course, our brothers. Yeah, that's the picture right there. That's Charlie Chase in front.
Somebody said, Malcolm, do you recognize the value of having a hip-hop dad? As a son of an immigrant, I can't even imagine my pops being a part of that history. Definitely. When I talk to my friends about certain... I don't know if you remember when the wave of new rappers was to say Biggie was trash and Tupac was trash and things like that, and then the excuse was, well, I never listened to them. I'm like, how the hell didn't you listen to these people and all these old school rappers? And then my friend had to say, look who your pops is, though.
Yeah, yeah.
It's true.
True. And, I have always had a passion for it and lived it. But, again, I'm pretty sure. And then it's my man MC TNT from the BX. Shout out TNT. He been rhyming in Spanish. He was the first dude I know to rhyme in Spanish since the 80s and shit. You know what I'm saying? So the contributions were there. Any other questions? Since we've been spoiling y'all with...
That's a fact,
2-hour shows now.
That's a fact.
I heard there's a super COVID coming.
I did see that. Oh, get these likes up too, man. It's 2,000 people in the chat.
Yeah, 2,000 people. Can we get at least a rack of likes? A rack of likes, baby. A rack of likes. Yeah, so they got a super COVID coming. It's already here. From Brazil or somewhere? Yes?
From the UK.
From the UK?
Yes.
And see, once you have an invisible enemy, all bets is off. Because they could turn that shit up, turn it down. Yeah. It's getting bad out here. This new strain, because they got to get more people to take the vaccine.
Right.
More people are going, nah, I'm good. So with the new strain, it's going to have people who are on the fence, right? It's going to have people who are on the fence take the vaccine.
Yo.
And then they're going to come out with a super duper virus. It's crazy.
Yo, I'm not going to lie to y'all. From what I'm seeing in this chat and what we're saying, you guys are missing the entire point. About this whole Puerto Ricans and hip hop thing.
Yeah.
So somebody said, who are the Puerto Rican creators? We acknowledged 3 people just now. He just acknowledged, he gave a whole breakdown on what it was, who started what, who was known for what. All he did was name people who contributed.
Right.
I don't know what the hell is happening with how we look at other people who are other than black. I get it. I totally get it. When it comes to wanting to stand in your history and I totally get it. But y'all acting
like goofies.
Yeah, y'all are really acting like goofies. You get what I'm saying?
I saw some of the comments and like, what did they do? And Puerto Ricans are better. Think they're better than
real.
Like calm down.
Yeah,
calm down. I'm simply just answering the question that I know to be a fact. We just put up a picture of the Cold Crush Brothers, and the first dude you saw was Charlie Chase.
And he didn't say he was created, did he?
No, I just said his contributions to early hip-hop, because they all were participating in the same process at the time. Right? That's all I'm saying. Jeez.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's going to be time to say bye-bye. Yeah.
Soon.
It doesn't piss me off.
Hold on, I'm looking for one question, people. Rick Jude in the chat? Shout out to Rick Jude.
Yeah. Oh, Rick Jude is in the chat. That's like when we say Jamaicans had a contribution to hip-hop. And they are getting pissed off like, no, we started it. No, Herc came. He brought the chanting style with the 2 turntables as a chanting style. And Flash and Bam, they all of Jamaican descent. But the records they were playing and the actual spirit of spoken word and the sacred drum, that's forever, right? So it's a really slippery slope when we start saying that.
Yeah.
Buster said that shit a couple of weeks ago, And I'm like, no, I'm going to listen, Def Rock, I'm going to listen to Pharoah Monch's new album over this week for sure. I popped in the beginning, but I wanted to get into my zone and check it out. Sound like you got a live band playing on that joint. Really sounds dope. I love the artwork on the cover.
Oh, nice.
Somebody said I just invested in Audios.
Nice.
That's what we talking about.
Nice. With that being said, guys.
Yeah. We are out of here.
Yes, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining us. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit ShopUrbanX.com.
We almost had a rack.
If you like anything we're wearing.
Yep.
Tell a friend. Share this. And with that being said, guys, peace.
Peace.